This right here is an incident that happened, about 2 weeks ago. It was, well, actually, it was streamed 12 days ago. It says right down here, streamed 12 days ago. This is a police chase back in California, Northwest Anaheim. And this guy takes this black car. He's speeding through neighborhoods. He's speeding through traffic. And then he gets this van. Let's see. He crashes the car. He gets into a van. And the cops let him elude so many times. Watch this.
Trying to get rid of this vehicle and now running through the subdivision here.
He's running in a subdivision. I mean, this guy really, really doesn't want to get caught. And the Anaheim police, I think that's who it is. The Anaheim police are trying to get this guy. They got a bird in the air. If it wasn't for the helicopter in the air, which eventually had to refuel, look at this. He's going to get in this van right here. They got him blocked in. He backs into the... This guy gets so lucky so many times, and he was able to elude capture by the police several times and take him on a wild goose chase, putting everybody on the road in danger, not just from him on the road, but also from the cops who are chasing him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the reason I'm going over this is because at the end of this whole thing, this is one of those things where you can look at it and it's like, without government, who will torment you and terrorize an innocent man in front of your kids? At the end of this, they grab an innocent man and they start beating him.
Look at this. Ramming into the front of that black and white. That is Fullerton Police.
Can't believe they let him go.
Fullerton Police.
Fullerton. We'll wait till he gets out, and then he'll lead him on another chase. And then he steals another truck. This guy could be shooting out the tires.
Got to turn it all the way around
20-point turn.
That tree. Division
it's like he's dealing with Keystone Cops.
Into this neighborhood. Look at this. What is he going to do here?
He just makes him look stupid.
Those are two.
Yeah, THX says, nah, I'm on break. I ain't going to get him.
On the hands of
I got a date with a donut shop. All right, so he takes the van and they lead him into a night chase where his tires are off and he's going down the road with sparks just flying. Where else would that
smoke be coming from? But
let's see. Let's go to where he stopped.
In a jam now. Lots of traffic ramming into all of these cars
here. Okay, so he gets stuck right here.
Northbound Carmenita Road now. And
this is where he gets stuck. He eludes, guys, he eludes the police again. Look at the sparks just flying. It's like every time it looks like they got him, it's like there ain't no way he's getting out of this one right here, and he manages to pull another rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, circus on wheels.
They're starting to glow.
Look at that. Okay, let's go to his escape.
CHP and Fullerton PD as he gets out of the vehicle, crawls out of the
passenger
window.
There he goes.
And is now running for it northbound Carmenita Road.
Go, man, go, 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 go. I'll tell you what, if they didn't have the bird in the air, this guy would have been long gone. They wouldn't have known where he went.
From my vantage point, here we
go.
Another officer in the opposite direction. And
surely they're going to get him now. Surely they got him cornered. He has nowhere else to go, right?
His footing.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it sounds like a sports cast.
Small dog there in the backyard.
He's been training hard for this, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his white shoes on. He's in a full sprint. Here comes the boys in blue.
Into that house, rather.
Oh, wait till you see what he does. See this truck right here? Heavy-duty construction truck. He's going in somebody's house.
Several dogs barking. He's now going through that sliding glass door, making his way into the home.
Great guard dogs.
Have no information.
He goes through the entire house.
Running at the front. Look at that.
So did they leave the keys in the truck? Because I don't think you can hotwire modern vehicles today. Is it possible to hotwire a vehicle?
Unbelievable.
A new vehicle?
This person
does not want to be caught.
Look at this. Just ramming into cars, additional bumpers flying off of that other vehicle.
They got how many miles an hour he's driving too, because they got one of those motion detectors on board the helicopter. I know. Did they give him the keys? Exactly.
If you are looking.
So he goes from the black car to the white van. He wrecks the white van. He's got nowhere else to go. He runs down the street. He goes through a house, and then he gets this white construction truck. And he ain't done.
This is just incredible. This is the third vehicle.
I mean, he drives for almost an hour after this, guys. Almost an hour. But what I wanted to get to is let's go to the hour and 9-minute mark, where he's about to come to a stop here. Sparks flying everywhere, police chasing everybody on the roads in danger of not only this guy, but also the cops. Just look at the sparks. This is it. This is near the end where he parks at the gas station, but I want to show you the innocent bystander who gets pummeled by the police. And then I'm going to show you an interview of that bystander who did get pummeled in front of his kids. Innocent guy. In about 30 seconds, he's going to be done.
It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and the original one that I saw, it did have the speedometer on the screen. It's not showing on this one.
And now without that front left tire, it's only a
matter
there you
of
go.
time. There you go.
Now those deputies have fallen back once again because he's blowing through these red lights.
70 miles an hour.
At a high rate of speed, 70 miles per hour.
With no tire in the
not
front.
Be more than about a 45
76.
mile per hour speed limit.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
And wiping him out off. Into more
Wow.
cars and trucks.
Here we go. Here we go. Wheels not even turning. Look at that.
Head on.
Hits
head
that
on,
car.
head on.
Now look at this car right here. Watch the passenger.
And here comes not even a pit maneuver, but they rammed into it from behind.
Now keep your eye on what the cops do with the innocent bystander in the silver or white car that he just got done hitting before he cruised into the gas station.
Into the cab
Watch up
of
here.
that pickup truck.
Up here. Oh, they're not going to show it.
They are stopped. They have stopped. The wheels.
Here we go, right here. Look at this.
That front left wheel is.
Look what they're doing with this guy.
Yep. Is it still going? Still going. So his foot's on the gas.
Look at. They got him on the ground. He has nothing to do with this. The helicopter guy's going to see this right here. Look at that. Look.
Yes. Yes. Somebody's hurt. It looks like somebody. That's the driver. That's the driver. It looks like the driver of that car that he rammed head on.
Oh, yeah. He's hurt, all right. But he's not hurt because his car got rammed. He's hurt because he's being pummeled by the local police department.
It looks like he's being arrested. He's being detained for some reason.
In front of his family.
Not sure what that's about, but we'll. But
look at that.
clearly,
look at that.
This ending in a crash with several vehicles, including that one right there. And
all right, and this is the reason I wanted to show you because, you know, people are like, without government, how could we have roads, schools, bridges, clean running water? How could we ever get along in society without a group of people with a monopoly on force and power threatening us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Without government, who would pull an innocent bystander out of their car and harm them in front of their children? So here's the interview of the guy. Here's the extent of some of his facial damages, and he had other damages as well that he sustained by just trying to get out of the way. Here we go.
They pretty much beat the crap out of me.
Adrian Cruz says he still can't believe it. He says Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies beat him up and wrongfully detained him during this dangerous high-speed pursuit last Wednesday. It spanned 2 counties and came to an end in Hacienda Heights, where Cruz was with his family in their white sedan at a stoplight at Gale Avenue and South Hacienda Boulevard.
The cops slammed into his car, slammed into mine. They immediately just start shooting. Not one warning to get out the way.
Panicked, he says he got out of the car to get his family away from the flying bullets.
And as I'm doing so, I get mistaken for someone that's, I guess, however they thought I was taking the car, whatever. They just start smashing me. Immediately start smashing my head, beating me up, dropping me to the ground, knees on my neck.
Cruz says deputies cuffed him and put him in the back of a cruiser where he sat for over an hour. A Los Angeles County Sheriff's...
It's like nobody's thinking. Somebody probably reacted, and then another officer reacted, and then a whole bunch of other officers came up and dogpiled this guy for no freaking reason. Nobody knows why they're there. Nobody knows why they're handcuffing this guy. Nobody knows why he's getting his face bashed in. We just see our other fellow officers doing it, so we're going to do it too.
The spokesperson told us he was detained because he refused to get out of the way. That's not how Cruz remembers it.
I was basically telling him, dude, what the heck are you doing? You know, I'm just an innocent bystander. I'm trying to get out your guys' way to do your job.
He plans on suing LA County for $1.5 million because of what happened to him and his family, who watched in horror.
As they were smashing me out, my son was trying his hardest to get to me.
His attorney says there are...
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, remember, I think it was in Mesa, Arizona, Johnny Wheatcroft. He's just sitting in the passenger side with his wife, and his kids are in the back seat, and they're just sitting there, you know, looking at maps or whatever, figuring out where they're going to go next. And then the Mesa Police Department comes up, and they end up tasing this guy 11 times, one in the groin in front of his screaming kids, and the guy had literally done nothing wrong.
Circumstances where officers act beyond the law and feel strongly this is one of those cases.
You would expect them to come forward and say, we really messed up. We don't know why we used so much force on an individual who was just an innocent bystander.
Yeah, the cops are going to say, we don't know why we used so much force. I don't know why we did that. We don't call ourselves the police force for nothing.
And while his physical injuries are healing, Cruz says the emotional scars for him are still very fresh. He wants justice, not just for himself, but for his family.
I went off emotions and, you know, off of what I felt was right. And I still wouldn't have done anything different. I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, because he didn't do anything wrong. And, you know, the sad part about this is there's going to be a lawsuit, and he's probably going to win the lawsuit, and he probably will get his 1.5 million or 2 million or 1 million or whatever, 750,000, whatever they settle for. But it's going to come out of the pockets of the people who had nothing to do with this long string of nonsense. They could have stopped this guy a long time ago, but they didn't. They had the resources to do it. If it was you or I, they would have already taken us down. But they continue to put people, the more time elapsed on the clock, the more miles they went down the road, the more people they're jeopardizing. And then they do this to this guy. So if there is a settled lawsuit, it's not going to come out of the qualified immunity pockets. It's going to come out of the pockets of the tax cattle in that location. And nobody's going to have learned their lesson, and they won't do anything different because they haven't done anything different. So I don't know. Leave your thoughts about this. What do you think? Do you think the cops could have stopped this sooner? Do you think that they were justified in dragging this guy out of his car until they figured out who he was? Or what? Well, we're just trying to figure things out, so we got to bash your face in while your kids are screaming for me to stop, until we get you in the back of the cruiser. You know, what do you think could have been done different? I know it's easy to armchair quarterback on this kind of stuff. And it's easy to say what you would have done when you weren't actually there, and adrenaline is flowing, and the tempers are flying because, people got their guns out. They're shooting at this white truck here, and nobody knows what's really going on. And there's a whole bunch of mayhem. But this is just another example of where government steps in and makes a bad situation even worse. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, if you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee, Cash App, Subscribe Star, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design from the store. You can put on a shirt, hoodie, mug, whatever you want. But the best thing you can do is hit that like button and share this video with everybody you know. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.